what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and what is safe even for their children. I'd like to welcome my guest to introduce herself and take us through this lovely conversation. Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Jackie Care. I am a psychologist, a therapist, a life coach, and I also run an organization called the Blended Family Network. Yes.
Welcome, Jackie.
Asante sana.
Good to have you in the studio. You look really good.
Thank you, you too.
Welcome. Today we want to talk about single parents and dating. Jackie, would you take us through how a parent becomes a single parent, or how one becomes a single parent?
Okay. We have a lot of single parents today. And in the older days, and even today, when people talk about single parents, most of us think it must be single moms. But we are also having a lot of single dads and single moms who are parenting.
Okay.
So there are so many issues that actually happen in life that make one a single parent. It could be death of a spouse. It could be separation, divorce. It could be early pregnancy. When you're young and you get pregnant and the man responsible disappears or is not concerned. And some have unfortunate circumstances, kids out of rape, and maybe even the rape that you've never talked about. It's only you who knows because of the shame and the scourge and stigma that comes with such situations. So we have a lot of things that make one a single parent. And unfortunately, every day we are having a single parent emerge. If you go to the courts today, there's a lot of divorces being granted right now as we are seated here. If we go to the mortuary today, there are a lot of deaths that have happened today that have made somebody a single parent. If we go back to young children, there are a lot of young kids today who might be pregnant and will be single parents. Yeah.
So actually, everyone has the capacity, is a candidate to become a single parent, because you will not, like your spouse will not be there forever. So when your spouse dies, you become a single parent. When your daughter gets pregnant, before they're married, they will become a single parent.
True.
So everyone is actually a possible candidate.
Yeah, we are all
for
potential.
Single, potential candidate for being a single parent.
Yes, we are.
So then if people knew this, Jackie, I don't think there would be stigma to the single parents.
I would say yes, and because knowing on its own does not invoke action.
Okay.
Yes. We know cigarettes kill, but we smoke. So just the knowing on its own does not invoke actions, but I'm hoping that having known this now, we can have a bit of empathy and understanding in the challenges of single parenthood. Yes.
Thinking about single parents, I imagine how many challenges they go through, and I don't know whether everyone is a single parent by circumstance, or there are those who have become single parents by choice.
In today's world, we have single parents by choice,
Okay.
especially single moms who have decided that all I want in this relationship is a child, but I do not want marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Trying to be liberal, each one their own, everybody has their own choices, you choose how to live. So that is
it that marriage has become so bitter, so sour, that people just, you know what, I just want my space, but I want to be, I don't know whether that makes you a perfect or a full or whole woman, just having a child and keeping the dad away.
For me, I think every choice has a consequence.
Okay.
Every time you take a choice, you pick a consequence. So you can never say that I'll pick a choice. Yeah, by default. You cannot pick a choice and say, you know the consequence that I do not want, but I want this choice. So every choice has a consequence or has its challenges. So as much as also that is a choice that somebody decides, I do not want the challenge of marriage and marriage is so bad and everything. The choice they've picked on, even being a single parent by choice, comes with its own challenges.
Okay.
And one of the challenges is, I don't know if you do that, is will you let your child still have a relationship with the person who fathered them, with their DNA? Because even though he might not be in that house, half of what your child is him.
It's him.
Yes.
And he needs to have it. And the child needs to have that other part.
The child will ask for it one day.
Always.
Yes.
There's a difficult question that I think moms are really faced with. And I don't know whether they have the answer or not. And this question is, when a son or a daughter asks you every time, Mom, where is my dad? How come I don't have a dad like other people do? You know?
Yeah.
How should the mom receive and respond to such kind of a question? Punishing the child? Beating
really.
up, ignoring?
Not really. For any single parent out there, any single mom, this is a question that you should expect.
Okay.
At the back of your mind.
You should expect.
You should expect
So it's
it.
not an abnormal thing.
No, it is a normal reaction. That child is having a normal reaction.
Is it a sad question?
It's what you make it.
Okay.
It could be sad, it could be fearful, because the mom has to confront the situation that made them, put them where they are. So it's something that we should not be scared of as parents. We should gift our kids with the information,
Yes.
but age-appropriate information. If your child is asking you that at 5 years, the answer you will give them, and the answers, when you build on it, by the time you have this conversation again at 15 years, it will be different. Because at
Exactly. Would
15
you have to wait until 15? You know, one of the things that I think is good enough is when such crucial information is given to your child by somebody else.
Exactly.
Like the auntie will come to the house and they will talk. Like your sister comes to your house with your children, and your children are here with their dad and they're asking you, where is your dad? And then they have to tell them some truth if they actually know it. Because probability is that most of the time they know it, that you do not have a dad, you know, which is not true. So would you rather you be the one who gives this info or somebody else does it?
You'd rather give the info, but as I was explaining,
Yes.
the conversation you have at 5 years, it has to be age appropriate.
Yes.
And the conversation you have at 15 years, it's not that you wait until 15 years. The amount of information you give a child who is 5 should be age appropriate, can be processed by a
that
5-year-old.
age. Yes.
This conversation will not stop at 5 years. As your child grows, you will go back to these conversations once or twice. Every time, there's a time they'll still, it's not that when you explain to this child at 5 years, it will be enough.
What would you explain to a child of 5 years about the absence of a dad? What is it that you would say? Because it means that you have to speak a lie or cover something. What would you say?
I think you might have to cover up something.
You might have to cover
Not
up.
a lie.
Okay.
Cover up something. Assurance that you know your dad wherever they are, they love you. And our family might be different than theirs because this is a different type of family. This is a single parent family. We are not like them who are a nuclear family and their father is there. But that does reassurance and also making your child confident with the situation in the house.
Okay.
So that when your child goes out there to play, they're not playing thinking they're less of a person because there's no man who wears a tie in their house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they should actually be bold enough and confident enough to interact with other children, telling them that their father is actually somewhere, not just living with them.
Yes.
Is somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. Unless in case of death.
Yes, and if it's death, they can, if they are aware,
Yes.
they can say, my dad
Died. If it was separation,
I don't think you would sit down and have that conversation with a 5-year-old. Though they say people mature differently. Maybe if your 5-year is a bit
you know, the
matured.
problem is that when they're 5 years old, then as they interact with their cousins or their friends who actually know that you guys don't have a dad, you know, they tell him directly, you guys don't have a dad. You
Yeah.
raise your dad, you see.
Yeah.
So when he comes to the mom to ask, he's also expecting an answer that he needs to go and give to his friends. Because for him to come and ask, it is because of what he has seen outside.
Yeah.
It's probably because of the conversations he's had outside with his friends.
Yeah.
You know? So he wants an answer that is going to satisfy him and convince him that actually, you know what? Us guys have a dad, he's just somewhere. You know?
Not living with my mother.
Not living with my mother.
Not living with us.
So she actually needs to cover up in a wise way like that,
Yes.
if it is not a death case.
Yes.
Yes.
And please realize that the major thing here, the objective is not to cover up the man that much. The objective is for my child to be balanced. The objective is not that guy. Yeah.
The objective
Is the child. Supporting your child to live in a society that is asking and looks different than what is in their house.
At what age do you think a child is able to digest the kind of info like, by the way, your dad was an irresponsible man, we could not live together, and so we divorced, we parted ways, and I'm going to be moving on someday, or we are going to be staying like this? At what age?
You know, I don't think bashing that man, even if you have a right, is your job.
Okay.
Yeah. That he was responsible and labeling. That's not your job. Your job can talk about the divorce at an age appropriate time. Because there are kids who can handle it at 13 because of their sense of maturity and processing the world. We cannot lump all kids who are 13 will be
and call them mature. It's just that kids are so inquisitive. They will want to know every detail. Kids, you know, kids are like that, Jackie. They never stop at something until they have really found out what they want. They will keep asking.
No matter what, bashing your ex is not your job.
It's not your responsibility. Okay.
How irresponsible he is, telling your child how irresponsible he is or how bad he is. Please remember that when this child meets their father, who was not there, even if this father was a deadbeat, they may love them. The possibility that they still love them and they want that connection is higher than your issues about irresponsibility.
So that means you should actually allow them time to be able to meet and talk, if possible, if they're still alive.
Yeah.
That's still allowed.
Yes.
Okay. Jackie, talking about dating, I am really concerned about single moms especially, who still have the right to live their lives and also have dates, you know. How are they supposed to do this? And what are the wrong things that they do during dating?
I think one of the things that single moms we do when we are dating is also just hiding, knowing when to say that I come as a package.
Okay.
Yes. That
So
I have
people
a
don't
child.
speak the truth.
Yeah, because again, people feel like that the fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is so deep. It can make you do things that you didn't think you can do. So there's the fact that you can lie about
The package.
the package you
That you're
come
coming
with. That
in
I
with.
come
Yes.
with my kids or I come with a child. Or you can decide, okay, fine. Instead of saying it, you leave your child in Oshago.
Yeah.
You know.
Some people even leave 2 children and come with 1.
Yes.
Then later they unfold the story
Yes.
by piece because the others are older. So there's this thing of, you know, I can try and get married with a younger child, but an older one, you know, 7 years, 10 years. What is the fear? That this child do not accept this man as their father, or what is the fear?
I don't think if we say that the fear is because the child will not accept. The fear is you, the person making the decision. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's causing this fear? That I
Rejection.
have to take my kids back to the village.
That you'll be rejected. You will not be accepted.
But then, so how long do I want to stay in this relationship? Because
You want to be
sooner
married.
or later, these things are going to pop up.
That is what they don't think about.
And when they do, it's going to be worse.
True. So that is what they don't think about. But the truth is, whatever you're saying is what will happen in the future.
Really?
Yes.
Viewer,
Because the
I
truth
hope
will
that you're
still
listening
come
to
out.
this, because truth is going to pop up. Us guys are on YouTube Live. We're also on Facebook Live. Please do like our page and follow us as well. And remember, truly the things you do are sooner going to catch up with you. Like if you're speaking lies and saying you don't have children, you know, are you going to meet your son somewhere someday and say that this is not my child? Is it possible? When that boy is up there calling you mom, are you going to say, shh, shut up, I'm not your mom for now? How long are you going to hide this? How long is it possible to hide such kind of information?
You know, it's not possible to hide it for so long. And also what I think is, even today, in our adulthood, we have a lot of adults today who suffer rejection because that happened to them when their mothers got married. There are adults today who went through whatever we are talking about. They were rejected because of a relationship. So for me, one of the things that somebody who is a single mom should not do, don't cause your child to go through rejection for so many years just because you have found someone or perfect man to marry you. Yes.
Just present yourself as a package.
As you are.
And say, you know what? It is not just myself. I have 1 or 2 children together with me. And all of us are going to come into this house, you know? And I think that gives the other person also a chance to open up and say, by the way, I also have a child. I also have another. Is it easy, Jackie, to be the one who has the child, to be accepted by the man who doesn't have?
Sorry?
Is it easy accepted by a man who has no children at all when you have the 2 or 3 children?
You know, I think but we always want to compare. We live in a world of comparison, and that is our weakest link. Is this glass, because the water is here, better than that glass where the water is there? Is this flower better than that? That's not, if we look at it like that, that is when we start hiding.
Okay.
But it is what you believe. I deserve to be loved, and this is how I'm going to choose my life. I am a single mom. I have 2 kids. No one is going to come and separate me from these kids. If you love me as a package. If that is your premise and where you're coming from, you're at a better place than thinking, oh my God, I think I would be better if I was single, and be better if I did not have kids.
Yeah.
So you have already thought that there's something else that is better than who you are.
So the best thing is to accept your situation.
Yes.
So you've already come into a room, you know, you've come already into such kind of a space where there's so much heat, there's so much discomfort. You better find a way of dealing with them, because all these things that you're feeling inside here, whether you chose or you just found yourself into it, you're already inside. You must find a way of dealing with it.
Yes.
No more excuses. Because nothing listens to you. You already, you know, tagged the single parent, and you're not going to run away. You're not going to change that identity.
Yes.
So the best thing is just deal with it. Yeah.
The identity does not have a problem.
It doesn't
A name is a name. Single parent, there's nothing wrong with bad single parent, single mom. But what you think about it is what makes it good or bad. So the people who stigmatize single moms is because that name, they have associated it with something negative. You as a single mom has a choice to also associate your situation as a negative in your life or a positive in your life. If you put your situation as a negative in your life, then all the negatives of single motherhood shall come to you. And
so first you must change your mind.
Things you're looking for out there, nobody is going to accept you if you have not accepted yourself.
True.
So when even you walk out there and say, oh, people don't accept us as a single mother, blah, blah, and you hide everything about your single motherhood, has not accepted it, don't you think you're demanding from others a lot more than what you can give yourself? Yes.
Yes. So then, Jackie, this means that when you accept your situation as you are, even as the package that you present, then this means you don't limit yourself to date only the single man, or rather the single parent as you, but you open yourself to be married also by a single man who has never gotten into marriage.
Yes, but again,
because if your attitude is that positive, then you're open to get married to anyone who is just a single person and not a single parent.
Yes.
Or do you have to tie yourself that since I'm a single parent, I must only get married to a single parent as I am?
I think you should start on values.
Okay.
You cannot say, me, I just want a single man, or, you know, I think the first thing you should have, which has a good foundation, is what are the values that you want from a man, from a relationship? So that whoever can give you these values, because the things that will sustain the relationship, yes, you can say, I will marry a man who has kids also, but what if they come and they don't treat you well? Yes, the box here, the box of, yes, they are married and also they ticked.
Yes.
But is that what will make your relationship
Of
work?
course not.
Yes.
But you, when you already have a good attitude, then it actually means you are open to marry anyone who has the values that you're looking for.
Yes.
Because a lot of single moms tie themselves to just getting married to another single parent as they are. They do not have the boldness and the confidence that they can actually get married to a man without children. You know, they find it safer, because I have children and he has children, so it's a good balance, you know. But if you have a positive mind, then you're open to marry anyone, whether they have children or not, as long as they meet the values that you're looking for.
Yes, they meet the foundation.
Yes.
Because also, being a single mom or single parent does not mean that I'll stay and wait for a desperate choice.
Yes.
I still have you still can choose.
Yeah, because you just got into single parenthood, not that you walked into it, you know. A situation came over you. It was not something you signed up to. When I grow up, I would like to be a single parent, you know. So when it has come over you, then you better deal with it. And dealing with it means that first, you get into the positive attitude that you need. You become the normal person that you are and put aside all this other baggage that is aside you and make decisions as a whole person. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the single parents, I don't know why. I don't know what is it that weighs them down to feel like there are lesser parents or lesser people and they cannot just do the things that they need to do. What do you think is it that pulls them down?
We stigmatize them.
We stigmatize
That's the truth. We stigmatize them, the society. Why? Because of socialization. That is how we've been socialized from generation to generation to generation to generation.
But Jackie, you told us that anyone is the potential candidate of being a single parent.
Yes.
Why do we still go ahead and stigmatize?
Remember, I've also told you, knowing alone
doesn't provoke action.
Yes.
Okay, I get it. I'm thinking of a single mom who has a daughter or a son, younger, and they have to date. And you said one of the things that they shouldn't do is to hide, you know, separate themselves from their package and present themselves as an individual. What else is it that they should not do?
I think the other thing that you should not do, you have to really be careful, intentional and deliberate about who you introduce to your children.
Okay.
Yes. Because no matter what, your children do not look down on you because mommy or daddy is a single parent. No. You are your children's hero. So if today you're a mom...
You're a hero depending on how you behave, Jackie.
But the amount of grace your children have for you, even if you change it, they'll forgive. Because the place that you hold in your child's life is so high there, and they have a lot of forgiveness they can give you. So let's not take advantage of it. Yeah. Your kids are not, they don't look at you as black and white. Mom, you're either good or bad. Yes. And that is why when our kids wrong us, and those of us who still do corporal punishment, you will chapa your child, but after 2 minutes, they'll still want to hang around mom. Yes. That is how much our kids love us.
So this thing of you're a single mom, to them it's not there.
No, your mommy first.
It. Yes.
Your mommy first.
Before you're
Before
a single
the singleness and everything, your mom first. Before your singleness and everything, your dad first.
So you're saying they should be deliberate on who is coming to their house as a date.
And when.
And when.
The timing of when. Now they can feel you are worth, this relationship is worth being introduced to my child. Because your child does not want to see different faces in your house every day.
Yes.
Because of the love and respect they have for you. So let's try and respect our children. Even though I'm saying they love us too much, let's not take advantage of it.
And still respect them as they have respected us and given us the first priority as mom before single parent.
Yes.
Jackie, much as every woman or parent would love to do that, sometimes life happens and things never go as we designed them. This man that you have had all the confidence to introduce to your child, sooner or later, something just happens and you know what? You cannot stay together anymore. And because of this, you bring in somebody else. When sincerely can you bring in someone and be so sure that this person is going to be the next father of my child?
You know, when you say be so sure, you actually are cutting that sentence down.
Okay.
Because the so sure and guarantees are not there.
Never there.
No, they're never there. Even you reaching here, it was not a guarantee you reached here from home. Life does not come with guarantees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never comes with guarantee. So also you cannot sit down and look for that guarantee. Akuna.
So because there will always be disappointments and there are no guarantees.
No, not that that does not mean that there will always be disappointment. Yeah.
Or rather, there will never be no guarantees.
Yeah, there are no guarantees, but we put our foot down and we have ways of looking at. Everybody has their own ways of looking at and feeling like, okay, this relationship, I want to take it further. The reason why you got married to your husband, there was no guarantees that he gave you. No. But you felt, now this one, I can walk with down the aisle. Yet, you had other men in your life that never got that opportunity. They thought maybe you were the one, but you did not feel they were the ones, so it did not work. So single parents, even when they date, it's like us. The way we made decisions and got married, like us. Let's not expect
just
that
normal.
Yeah, let's not expect that theirs is such a different situation that even they have to be punctual.
Actually, the only difference is that they have children. You know, that's the only difference.
Yes.
Which now makes you behave differently.
Yes.
You know,
They will not become
when
at
you're
home every
single,
time.
you can still try, you know,
Jump on
here and
their
there.
houses every time.
Yes.
No, their houses have kids.
Yes, this is the caution.
Yes.
This is the caution that a lot of people have not considered. They just bring A today, and it doesn't work with A. They bring B tomorrow because they're also still not certain about A, you know. They are still trying. Who is it that is going to love? They probably have introduced the child, but they are looking for who loves the child. There are people who are losing out on their opportunities because they're not looking for the man to love them. They're looking for the man who loves and accepts the child.
I don't know how that works. No, that is just honest. I don't know how that works because this guy is coming to your house for 2 hours.
Yes.
And 2 hours with a child is so easy to be nice. Say, hey, baby, how are you? Hey, yes. And bring. I mean, I don't know how much the 2 hours will show you
that this person,
if that is the
child.
only gauging scale that you're using. It is so easy when you're dating for this person to relate with your child.
Of course, 2 hours is not enough.
Yes.
But when you finally come home and see my child, you know, there are people who, as you date them, they're like, oh, I need to go to your home and see your child. Some of them, what they're testing is, let me go and create rapport with that child. So that next time I come here, they will tell me whether somebody else came after me. You know, people have a lot of ways of getting information. Is this woman just trying to play around with me to win me over so that I take care of these responsibilities? Does somebody else come after me? So I want to relate with this child for also my own personal reasons. This is the way I want to confirm that this woman is honest, you know. And this woman also has her own ways and standards of gauging whether this man really loves the son. Okay, you have seen the son. When he comes, tell him you need this, you need that, you need books, you need clothes, you know. So she has also many ways of testing and finding out. I don't know if all those things are right, Jackie.
I think what I can say is that you should take time before you introduce this guy to your children.
Okay.
And introduce this guy to your children when you're feeling like the relationship is significant. This relationship is significant enough to be made significant in the family. So you take time. When it is significant, we introduce these people together. And after that, now, we can start the rapport. You know, as you meet the two of you, you still do not know each other, and you create, you bring in a child, you do not have a rapport, and then you want another rapport with it, it's not going to work. So, after the parent has realized that this is a significant relationship, now they can bring in the significant two others to meet. But even when they meet immediately, and also you prepared your child and told your child, I have somebody special that I would want you to see, to meet. Your child may not want it.
Okay.
Because they're the ones who are special in your life. And that is a normal reaction.
Wow.
To
So
a
you need
normal
to prepare
reaction.
them.
Exactly.
So their decision also matters. That's very key. I want us to take a short break, and when you come back, please let's talk about that. Vio, we are taking a very short break. We are coming back shortly. We are talking about single parents and dating. We want you to engage us and be part of this conversation. We are on YouTube Live. We are also on Facebook Live. Please do join our page, like us and follow us also. Our YouTube channel is GBS Kenya. Stay on. See you shortly.
Hi, my name is Zawadi. At Mahanaim, I studied qualifier for the IGCSE through the Cambridge International Educational Program.
We Mahanaim International High School students enjoy extracurricular activities such as joining GBS TV Club, Taekwondo, cultural dance, orchestra, swimming, foreign languages, community service, and much more. I believe this unique experience I gained here will go a long way into strengthening the future me.
The teachers and other ministers at Mahanaim spared no pain in running with us until the end of the mile, until we secured all of our goals.
And that's how I passed my IGCSE exams.
Mahanaim International High School cares about my future. Beyond our education, Mahanaim nurtures us to have bright and healthy mind so that we could become great future leaders.
Kulipa is now easy with EasyPay. When you shop at your local supermarket, fuel your car, dine out, book a flight, make other payments or pay your bills, you want simplicity, security and convenience. It's accepted everywhere you see the EasyPay sign. And it works with other mobile networks too. What's more, you can withdraw your cash at the supermarket till where you see the cashback logo. Get your Equitel line or download the Easy Banking app today because Kulipa is now easy with EasyPay.
Hello viewers, welcome to Women's Views.
What you see is what you get.
Very exciting and fun. We grew up in a certain community and we were told this is how women are. Everybody was coming with what they can get.
This is not a joke. You signed up for life.
Very interesting. A woman is this.
You want somebody else to do something for you that you can do for yourself.
You know what you're doing, a great job. You keep doing it.
You are going to school to become a musician. Like, seriously? Okay, hit.
The show airs every weekday from 11 a.m. to noon and is repeated every evening from 7 to 8 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there.
Towards the end of 1994, Money Magazine published a story about the sharp rise in consumers shopping from home. That
That same year, 60 million consumers made $98 billion worth of purchase from home.
And nearly all of it through phone orders prompted by mail, catalogs, and TV shopping channels.
We as the GBS TV home shopping fraternity, we adhere to this. Home decor,
fashion,
food stuff,
and boxing.
What you see is what you get.
Everywhere, GBS.
There is a card that makes paying for almost everything easy like ABCs. No need to make trips to the ATMs to withdraw money or carry cash around. That's the Equity Bank Visa card. Accepted everywhere you see the Visa sign. Use it to pay for food and drinks, fuel, shopping, pay for your Uber ride, shop online, travel and hotel bookings, and so much more. Pay conveniently and free of charge. Card security is guaranteed thanks to the chip and PIN technology that protects your card from fraud. Start paying with your Equity Bank Visa card now and enjoy the convenience of not carrying cash.
How many of you use your real names on Facebook? Wengine ni Sweetie Pretty.
You must succeed in being an eagle and not a chicken.
I'm seeing myself owning the biggest media house in Africa. Yes, I could employ you, in fact. Yes.
All right, now it is going to another direction. But that's a question.
When you are born and when you grow up, now you do the work. You become a person who likes the country. You understand, right? I mean, not getting a job at Kenya Power, right?
And you know what? Who you are online is exactly who you are offline. And who you are offline is who you are online.
여러 군데 가서 강연을 많이 해보는데
So I've been to many places to give lectures.
우나일레와 싸와 이러면
Whenever I say 운하일레와 싸싸,
눈썹으로 인사를 대답을 해요.
they respond with their eyebrows.
This is G Radio.
Hello guys and welcome. This is G Radio, #1 TV show, and we're coming live at GBS TV. And I'm your host, Isaac Tabitha.
I'm the co-host Evan Tinyari. And as usual, we have our DJ Deco. You can also send your views on my Instagram page and Tinyari_Eva.
Also, you can get me on our Facebook page as Isaac Tabitha. Thank you so much, guys.
Keep it here.
People have dominance over themselves. Why? Daddy, no money. Give me money, I'll buy for you. Hey, Daddy, I said I don't have money. Hey, I know, Daddy.
Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard its spots?
예수님이 우리의 모든 죄값을 다 지불하시기 때문에 예수님 다 이루었다라고 말씀하셨잖아요.
So Jesus paid for all the wages of our sin. That's why he could say it is finished.
Yesu alipa mshahara wa dhambi ya deni zetu lote, ndiposa akasema kwamba imekwisha.
Everyone, God is like the supercomputer.
Upendo wa Mungu ni kama hii supercomputer.
Hi, my name is Zawadi. At Mahanaim, I studied qualify for the IGCSE through the Cambridge International Educational Program.
We Mahanaim International High School students enjoy extracurricular activities such as joining GBS TV Club, Taekwondo, cultural dance, orchestra, swimming, foreign languages, community service, and much more. I believe this unique experience I gained here will go a long way into strengthening the future me.
The teachers and other ministers at Mahanaim spared no pain in running with us until the end of the mile, until we secured all of our goals. And that's how I passed my IGCSE exams.
Mahanaim International High School cares about my future. Beyond our education, Mahanaim nurtures us to have bright and healthy mind so that we could become great future leaders.
Everywhere, GBS. Welcome back, viewer. It has been really good to have you on the show today. We are talking about single parent and dating. And one of the things that we are saying is that there are those things you shouldn't do as a single parent who is dating. And Jackie, our specialist here, has been able to tell us that you need to present yourself as a package, not going as a person and leaving away your children. She has also been able to mention that we just speak the truth, you know, say who you are and the person that you are and what is it that you have behind you, what is it about you. And Jackie, before we went on the break, you were saying to us that the child is very special, the child is very important, and the child is also not the determining factor in who we marry, on who the single parent now marries. Yes. How do you separate this? How do you now prefer the man to your child? Or are you supposed to prefer your child to the man?
The prefer is now the comparison thing that we find ourselves every time saying it. You are both, today, even today, me as a married woman,
yes,
I am both a wife and a mother.
Yes.
I am not a mother or a wife.
Yes.
Those two are very important, significant roles that go together. So even a dating single mother is both a mother to this child and there will be a wife to be to somebody else. Two different roles, still very important in this woman's life.
Yes.
So even if your child says, you know, John was better, John looks nice, so let's marry John. And you, as a woman, you know, now your son is talking to the mother in you.
Yes, yes.
But the woman in you does not like John.
She likes David.
Yes.
Yes.
Will that marriage work? Because little Junior said,
John is good.
John is good. And does little Junior know about what relationships entail, the demands and everything, to be able to make an informed choice about marriage?
For you?
No, they're not.
They're not.
But as you make a decision on who you're going to marry and who is going to be significant in your life, Junior's well-being must be put in place. We are looking for somebody who also is concerned of the well-being of Junior, who wants to make a significant impact on my child, who wants to help me raise an emotionally balanced adult one time. Yes.
So what is supposed to be the number one priority for this woman making this choice?
Even today, us, as a single girl or woman, or a single man, when you choose the person who will be your spouse, is there a single thing that unites us?
Is there a single thing?
Yes, that all of us look for. And then that is a single thing that we all look for, that determines who we will marry. Is there a common single thing that unites all of us? Maybe just love. So somebody will ask you and you say, you know, because I loved him.
That's why you married him.
Yes, so you cannot even put how the love got there. Because love was built.
Then at that point when you're there, you need to have the conversation with your child again and tell them the reason we will go for David and not John is this.
Not really.
You don't have that conversation.
Unless it is necessary.
Because you're supposed to prepare this child.
Yes.
Lest when David has come in, this house, you know, you can't live here.
No. When we are preparing him, what are we preparing him for?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
We are preparing him for life. We are preparing him for the fact that this person will now be a common figure here.
Okay.
And because they met today, they will not, you're not moving in tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
So we should take some time.
Yes. And during
that's
this
also
time,
very important to note.
And during
Like
this
you don't
time,
introduce today and tomorrow you have moved in.
And during now this time is what you are asking late, just before. This is the time when we try and build rapport.
Okay.
These two also try to build rapport.
Jackie, just at that point, when this man, David, has come, this boy knew of the existence of his father, whom he may have or not met, and it is now impossible that they now live together with the mother as a family, you know? So David has come in. Are you supposed to train the junior to now call David dad?
No.
What should he call him?
He can call him David.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when the other children come,
now
and they
by
start
that
calling
time,
David dad?
By that time, it is a conversation that now we will need to grow into our relationship. Because we are thinking like we need to set it now. You come into this child's life and you immediately get a title now. No,
So it doesn't
because
happen.
even motherhood, God gives us a bit of 9 months before somebody comes up. And then even they give us a bit of time before they say,
can
Mom.
speak. Yes.
Yes.
So you introduce and it takes time to come in. That's very
Takes time to
important.
come in.
And after they come in, don't impose and force the child to call dad.
No.
Just let them be.
Yes.
So it comes naturally, or you're supposed to train.
Or it might not come.
Or it might not
And it
come.
is okay.
And it is okay.
Yes.
So there should be no offense.
It's not offensive. Allow this child to live. But be there for this child. Give this child the environment they need.
Okay.
And from whatever you're doing, love begets love.
Yeah.
Inside of us.
It will pop
Yes.
out.
And that relationship will be defined and it will get the name appropriate for it.
Okay.
Now, you might never be daddy or completely, but you can be Daddy James.
Yes.
Now, they just add a dad in front of your name. So it will grow into this thing that
It's a relationship you have to nurture now. It's a beginning of a new thing you have to nurture bit by bit. And your behavior is going to influence a lot how it goes, the direction it takes.
Yes.
Okay. Jackie, I'm thinking of the boundaries that the single parents should take actually while dating or even later when they have formed the blended family. Because there is a mother who has come with grown daughters and the father the other side has no child. And one of the things they know for so sure is that this is not my blood. So she could be another wife, you know. And the other one, much as the mother has come in with the daughter, the father also has a son or vice versa. But each of the parents have children and then they get into a relationship, an attraction, because they know they are not of the same blood. You're not my sister, you're not my brother. It is something we'll just make up. What kind of boundaries are supposed to be put, or is this allowed?
I think it's very important as parents to be there for our children.
Okay.
To be parents for our children. And one of the things about being a parent to your child is also being available, allowing them to be able to talk to you about their concerns. And when they come to talk to you, listen to them. And if you have trained your kids for a long time that they can talk to you, then you are at a better place. Because now when they're adults, it becomes difficult. For a girl who is being, we will say, even molested or abused by their stepdad, and now they do not have anywhere to go and say it.
Yes.
So remember we said you're a wife and a mother. You have to make sure that all these relationships are significant to you. that your child, you still protect your child. Even
knowing that this father is not the real father. So he can actually trespass.
Yes, but that is a boundary also. You should marry somebody that you know can respect such a boundary.
Somebody said, when it comes to that, men go slow in their thinking.
Those are our native sayings in our languages. But now, when we say that, are we condoning?
Jackie,
are we condoning it?
We may not be condoning.
Yeah.
No one could sit down and do that. But Jackie, we cannot run away from this. We have heard of such kind of things happening in our society. Some dads even molest their own children.
Yeah.
How about the ones that they know are not their real children? You know? And then they will give threats and say, if you dare say this to your mom, I will kill you.
That is a bad human being.
But then now you're already in it. What are you supposed to do?
He should go to jail. He should be caught. Just like finding a stranger.
Going to jail is after the incident.
Yeah.
Before the incident, you know. What are those precautions that the mom needs to take? You know. What are those boundaries? Because when you're dating, you have not gotten into marriage.
Yeah.
You are purporting to. So when you're dating also, you want to make clear, I want this kind of a man, the foundations and the values you're talking about.
Yes.
You know, all these things the mother needs to check. Is this someone who's going to molest my child? Yes. We are actually out of time, Jackie. I want you to speak to the single parents, giving them an advice on where they need to draw a clear line, put the boundary, what they need to talk about to that other parent, considering that their children are grown and they have risks of getting into such.
I think what I can tell single parents out there, still create an environment where your child can speak to you. That even before things have happened for years, I mean, your child is suffering in silence in your house, yet you're there and you do not know. So create an environment that your child can speak to you about things. Speak about these things with your child. Let's not be afraid. If you're bringing in a man and this child is also old enough, speak about it. Nobody is supposed to, nowadays there's a small nursery rhyme that says, these are my private parts, nobody's supposed to touch them, hold them. It is just awareness. Create this awareness in your child, and we should start it from very early age, that, my dear, nobody is supposed to do this to you. And if they do, they have violated you, you can come to tell me, and we will get help.
Okay.
So we've not taught kids these things. So even when it happens to them when they're old,
they will still keep quiet.
They keep quiet and they're afraid that even when they come to tell you, you will not believe them. And there's nothing as hurtful as the fact that you've been hurt and yet you are not also trusted. So let's speak to our kids about these things. Start early, but if you didn't start early, this is also not too late. Yeah, you can start now. If you're both coming with older kids, also speak to them about this thing, that you two are now like sister and brothers. So this relationship, so that your kid also knows that it's not, it starts implanting in their head, even before you start living together, as you relate, as you create rapport, it is in their head that this is not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for coming. It has been awesome to listen to your pieces of advice. Thank you also, viewer, for watching and being our audience today. It has really, really been good to have you on the show. We have had a very interesting topic. We were talking about single parents and dating. I hope that you have this one take home, that it is not wrong to date. And when you do, please do date the right way. Introduce this man when it is time. And when you introduce this man, take again some time before he can come home. And when he comes home, take one step at a time and don't blame your child for not calling them what you want them to be. I am so thankful you have been with us today. See you next time. I've been your host. My name is Betty Akuku. Bye-bye.